Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I don't have my eyebrows drawn on yet. That's because we are going to sit down and I'm going to go through how I do my eyebrows at the moment. I in no way think that I have perfected the way I do my eyebrows. There's still some days that I'm like, oh, for God's sake, just get rid of them. Wouldn't dare to do that though. So I'm just going to sit here and go through like what I use product wise and tools and etc on my eyebrows to get them how I generally wear them every day when they want to cooperate. So I'm just going to zoom you guys in a little bit. Hey, get up close and personal. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a little bit of growth back in my eyebrows because I waxed them probably 2 weeks ago now. And then I do have foundation in them as well because I've just put on my makeup. So I am just going to brush through my eyebrows. And I will be looking like down in that direction because I've got a little mirror here so I can see what's going on, and then the camera will get you guys. Hopefully. May have to turn you a little bit this way though. Yeah, okay. So what I use on my brows is the Chi Chi Brow Pomade in taupe. So that is just a pomade. And then there's two types of tools that I like to use. I don't use them both all the time. One is just like a flat top angle brush, which is dirty because I use that one the most, and then the other one is the Zoeva brow line brush. So that's just a flat top brush, but I'm going to go in and use the angled brush. Okay, so now that I've combed through my eyebrows, I'm going to start applying the product. So I always just dip the brush into the pomade, and then I start from like the tail end. So I'm just going to start like midway. And then you want to extend the tail a little bit because I feel like my brows aren't quite as long as I would like them to be. So I just always extend the end a little bit. And these little stroking motions just allow it to look more natural, gives it more of like a hair finish, not so much a block finish. And then I go to the top of the brow and do the same thing. So my brows are quite thick naturally. You can see where the hairs are. But my biggest thing is I just like to fill them in so that they don't look so sparse and blonde because mine are very pale. So now I'm just going into the front. I've just dipped a little bit more product on my brush and just very gently stroking from the top down to fill in that bit there at the front. I do like to make the front here a little bit more defined, so I do kind of keep going back over that area and then move back to the top, and I just gradually fade it down to the bottom where I was working on before. Sometimes I feel like you can see here it's a little bit lighter than the rest of the brow. The color's not really picking up there. So I just like to use the tip of the brush and try and fill that skin gap in. Okay, so using what's left on the brush, there isn't much product left on there. I'm just going to very lightly fill in the front bit here, and I just turn it so so it's straight on the brow, and then bring it in very, very gently, because I don't want my eyebrows to look square and blocky. I just kind of want the front to fade out, so like what I've done there. So now that's all I do with my brows to fill them in. Then I just brush through them again to make it look a little bit softer, and once you brush through you can see where product may not have picked up, so I just go back in and fill in that little skin gap. Okay, so that is one eyebrow done. I like to keep mine at their normal thickness. I don't thicken them, thin them, anything. And then just define the ends a little bit more and make them a little bit more elongated, because I feel like they're a little bit too short. So now I'm going to go and do the other eyebrow really quickly, and then I'll show you how I do my best to match them up. Okay, so now I've done the other eyebrow, but this is quite a common problem with myself. I'll do my right eyebrow, it'll be fine. Do my left, and then all of a sudden, this one is softer and this one is sharper. So the way that I soften the sharper brow, instead of making the other one sharper as well, because I don't want it to be, I just go back through with my brush very gently and just comb from the top and from the bottom all the way through the brow. And then once you do that a couple of times, it softens the brow up so that the sharp edges aren't quite there, because I don't want super straight angular Instagram brows. That's not what I'm going for. I'm going for a very natural brow. So that is pretty much how I do my brows every day. I'm just gonna fix this front bit. Okay, so that is pretty much the finished product of my brows. I don't have flyaway brows. They're all like the same length and they don't move out of place, and the color always stays where I've put it. So I personally don't feel like I need a clear brow gel through my eyebrows. If I'm like going to an event or like I'm going out somewhere, I will put clear brow gel through, just because I don't know what's going to affect my face around me. Like the weather and sweating and things like that could affect them. But generally on a day-to-day basis, I just put the color through, fill them in, brush them through, and that is it. So this is pretty much just my everyday brow routine basically. using the Chi brow pomade in the shade Taupe, and using just, it's a little double-ended brush that came in a Sephora palette. I just use that because it works really well for me. Or sometimes I use the Zoeva brow line brush, which is just a flat top brush and just a little spoolie, and brush through my brows. But yeah, that's pretty much my everyday brow routine. Don't really have anything else to comment on my brows other than the fact that I am the only person that ever waxes them. I haven't had anyone touch my brows since 2010 because a beautician completely destroyed them and made them way too thin. I had like little, I don't know, semi-circle eyebrows. They were disgusting. I'll try and see if I can find a photo and insert it, and it's terrible. But anyway guys, I am going to leave this here. If you want to see more, my phone is going off, I always forget to put it on silent. Anyway, if you want to see more of my like everyday routines of different things that I do, please let me know and I can do updated versions or just completely new things. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!